As we begin our work with Frankenstein, the first exercise that we're going to do is learn a little bit about Mary Shelley's life, which for many of you will sound like just an incredibly wild and made-up story. But she has one of the more interesting biographies. And I provided for you through Canvas, and we're going to show you in class, this brief 6-minute video that kind of hits some of the highlights of her life. It's very tame the way this one presents it, maybe not as wild as we think. But what I want you to do, the exercise that we're going to work on after you watch the video, is I want you to take a very dry look at Mary Shelley's life by the numbers, like as it's presented in a chronology. And as you read it, I'm going to ask you some questions at the end about just some inferences that you can make. So pay attention to the dates, pay attention to the people that are involved, and how Mary Shelley's involvement and how these things could possibly influence almost her obsession with this idea of birth and with death and with resurrection and how that works. So you can work with a partner on this exercise. This is the first thing we're going to do. And again, what you're going to do is you're going to read through this really brief chronology that takes her life. And then I have 4 questions I want you to answer. You can place these on a document. If it's a shared document and you're working with someone else, that's fine. And then you can place these and submit them. You should be able to finish this in one class period. It's not overly taxing for you. But I think what you'll find is that her life has definitely some strange things. And when you think about an 18-year-old writing a book that has become kind of an iconic foundation to much of the culture, not just literature, but think about like Halloween. Think about how many of us know the story of Frankenstein without having read the story of Frankenstein. And then you'll see a little bit of her influence and maybe some of the reasons that shaped her forming that book.